Music lovers and music haters, let's all gather here. This is Because I Said So, according to Loux.
Oh brother, oh brother.
Because I Said So by Ginger Trill. Another one straight out of the full clip. The conveyor belt, the hitmaker factory, the bar heavy factory. That is a full clip. Is another one who popped up there, and his career hasn't been the same since. It's my boy from Poch. Shout out to Poch. Shout out to all them peoples out there. Ginger's a rapper. Ginger's a rapper's rapper. And so I came into this expecting raps, and I got what I came here for. The album opens up with Fade, which is a hard heavy, bar heavy intro over a minimalistic, moody beat with some heavy drums. The perfect tone setter thematically, and as you go through the rest of the project, lyrically as well. You know what I mean? Because look, with Ginger's a rapper who raps about rapping. And this intro gives you that. And the rest of the album gives you exactly that. The second joint on here, titled Jungle. Jungle is a record about how he's the most dangerous rapper in rap's ecosystem. Again, just a song about rapping. You know what I mean? Rap is a jungle, and you're either prey or you're predator, and the meat get chewed up. That's basically the song. That's it. That's what the song is. The concept is solid. I just feel like he could have done more with it. You know what I mean? I think lean into the whole animal metaphors a bit instead of like half-assing his way through it. And I don't mean that disrespect. You know what I mean? No disrespect. Still solid. He raps well, but I think he's had a good concept, and he just kind of blew the layup right there. But you know what I mean? Solid record. Not mad at it at all. I'm pretty glad that he did this by himself. Without no features or anything like that, because I think pen wise I can't think of anyone that would have matched him on this particular song. And I think someone else was probably going to pull up and try to out rap him and just basically ruin what he was trying to do, even though he didn't go all the way with it. Iconic is another boom bap record with some trap elements. The melody is very simple, the bass is barely noticeable as well. It's just a joint about, again, how good he is at his craft and how he has monetized it to get to the top, and all the things he does with the money he gets from this rap shit. All sandwiched between two very nice choruses, It's basically just one long verse. And, I'm happy with it, I'm happy that it's not longer than 90 seconds. It's very, very short. 90 seconds or a minute, if I'm not mistaken, And I would have been pissed off if it had been like 4 minutes long or so. I think they would have ruined it. The length is pretty decent, because he doesn't overstay his welcome. The beat is solid as well. I think this is very, very good artistic choice to keep it very brief, keep it very short, And then we get into 2 for 1 featuring Marcus Harvey, another boom bap record, very stripped down beat with punchy drums, spacious melody and all that. Conceptually, nothing special. Again, rapping about rapping. It's another one of those. I'm going to say that a lot because that's all he does on this particular album, Yes, he's rapping about rapping, but it's more reflective than the other joints. But yeah, no, that's all there is to it. I think conceptually, with any of these records, there's not much you can say. Even when it does change the concept, the subject matter is pretty much the same. He's like the worst version of Nas in that aspect. When you look at the feature with Zulu Mecca, for example, that's someone that knows how to come up with a concept and stick to it. Another person that's really good at that, and I've said this before, is Usia Shezi is excellent at that, probably the best in the country at that. And Shezi has a concept, he fucking rides it to the death. I think Trill lacks that a bit, and it comes through a lot on some of these songs. Because with Mecca, it's a joint titled Big Five. Mecca, it's almost as if it's Mecca's song. It's like Mecca did this shit first and then just tossed it to Ginger, who came in with a rap or a verse that's sort of different from what she's talking about. It matches the song, yes, but one person on this record understood the assignment, and that was definitely not Ginger. So again, it's with Mecca's verse. Mecca's verse is really incredible. Definitely the best guest verse on the album, and arguably the best verse on the album. Period. It's a verse about her admiration of villains, and understanding the intentions behind the things they do, and how that basically shaped her worldview and how she approaches things as an artist and as an individual. So it's definitely one that's worth listening to. Got to play it a couple of times for real. So it's kind of crazy having to say, oh my god, Ginger got bodied on his own song. It's not something you're going to say a lot in your career, but yeah, body bag, 30 piece. Shout out to Mecca, but it is what it is. If you get beaten by Mecca, you get beaten by Mecca, you get beaten by the best. Can't be too mad at that. The next joint on here features my favorite lady at the moment, Lord Cares. It's a song titled Rap Don't Pay. Kes is another one who's been on a hell of a run this year. It's beautiful what she's doing, because for some time now, SA has been putting out some of the best R&B, and it's gone overlooked. Now to have a record like Awe dominating every day, every week, that's really dope. And I expect it to go even crazier next year, and that's going to shine a light on some guys out here that are being slept on for real. We're putting out the best R&B, and of course some will say, no, the US, cool, but the major artists in the US are putting out great R&B. But for the most part, the undercard has been shit for some time, and here in SA, the whole streamline is fire. Everyone is fire, so don't sleep on it. But it's not about Lord Case. I'm done glazing Lord Case. We love you over here, girl. But yeah, man, Rap Don't Pay, another one. It's a record where he reflects on achieving financial stability in an industry that does not have any job security at all. You could be fired today and getting big paychecks, and after that, it's chai, boy. After that, you're posting your Capitec card, asking for donations. It's cold out here, Sean. And so it's one of those records. Again, he reflects. It's really, 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 really dope, actually, in terms of the concept and how he leans into it and how he writes about it, the subject matter and everything. This is the one song that I could probably say, yeah, he did his best. Probably not enough, not the way that I'd expect him to. I don't think he has the right level of depth. But the message is clear, and it's pretty enjoyable as well. Kez steps into an Erykah Badu bag with the rap singing cadence. Does it better than Erykah Badu, but I'm an Erykah hater, so that's probably why I feel the way I feel about it. But it is what it is. Beat me when you see me. Very smooth, very melodic. It's minimalistic without sounding too lazy, because I think some people mistake the two. Your beats not being cluttered doesn't mean just be lazy and just press random keys. No, have some creativity to it. And on this particular joint, the production is nuts. Definitely one that I expect to hear on the radio, but I would not be surprised if it doesn't, because Ginger's not, he's not that artist anymore. Like he's on like what, 60k listeners on Spotify. That doesn't really matter much, because he's still an incredible writer. But yeah, I don't think he's on a lot of people's radars right now. I don't think so. The next joint, titled 99 Dolphin. One of the most vibrant records on the album so far from a production perspective. It's more upbeat than the other records. His delivery matches that completely. Very braggadocious without sounding too commercial, which I'm happy with. You don't have to sound like Usmamane or a Blackie, or even an SDC for that matter, to put out a good flex song. You can put out a good flex song and still be hard as shit. And that's what he does here. It doesn't miss a step at all in this record. Actually, doesn't miss a step at all on this particular album. He raps very well throughout. And on this particular song, he sticks to that. James Harden is the next joint. Also very vibey. Again, a victory lap sort of anchor. It's probably the most commercial song on the album, or at least it would be if it also wasn't under 90 seconds. Like, this album is very short. Technically it's an EP, but in SA I don't think people care for the difference. EP is an album is an EP. You're seeing EPs being nominated for freaking Album of the Year awards. That's like a 4 or 5 piece project. You're seeing projects under 20 minutes getting nominated for Album of the Year. So I think the definition of what an EP is doesn't exist here anymore. I think everything is an album now, unless it's a single. But yeah, I think it's 90 seconds is a bit short, because this is a really dope song. I hope maybe it gets more rappers to jump on it and gives us a proper 4-minute or 5-minute cut. Something that's definitely gonna go crazy on the Spotify's and everything. But yeah, man, that's a very solid project. Not mad at it. Again, with Ginger, you know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get raps about rap, and if you don't like that type of shit, then Ginger's just not for you. You know what I mean? He's a one-trick pony like that. But again, like I said with A Reese, you can't be mad at if that one trick is incredible, and Ginger is incredible. If I were to rate this, I'd give it 8.5. I'm gonna give it 8.5. I think it's a very, very dope project. The sequencing is incredible. He does everything right. You know what I mean? You can complain about the subject matter, the concepts, till we turn blue, but with what we have and not what we hope the project would have been, I'm pretty happy with that. I'll give it an 8.5. I can't give it any less, can't give it any more. But you let me know what you think. If you like it, let me know. If you hate it, let me know as well. And I'm going to see you on the flip side. This is Because I Said So, according to Loux. Peace.